Welcome to the PrinceOnyx Network. Hey guys, what's going on? It's your good guy here, PrinceOnyx, and I am here to put in my 10 cents, my 87-cent comments, and put in my input on what I think about with the whole Nicki Minaj versus Remy Ma beef. So let's go ahead and get into it. So, back when, let's take it way back. So for the people who claim that they're fans of both, Remy or Nicki, if you guys remember, there was a freestyle that Nicki had did. I'm not sure if it was over the over that Terror Squad song, yeah. I'm not sure if it was over that one or if it was over some song that Nicki did back when she was an underground rapper. And basically in this song, there was this line that stood out the most, where she was like, "Tell the bitch with the crown to run it like Chris Brown." And then a lot of people back then knew that she was talking about Remy Ma, because if y'all remember, back when Remy Ma was out, like in that one video, it's not conceited. It's the video called whatever for the song whatever. She had a crown on, and she was always talking about how she's the queen of rap and all that stuff. Basically, and she was sitting on a throne in the music video. So if you guys remember that, then let's flash forward a little bit to when Remy Ma was in jail and she was doing an interview. And she was doing an interview in jail, and she was with she had two officers next to her, and they were talking about the whole thing with Nicki and stuff like that, because a lot of people before Remy went to jail were asking, was there this beef that was going on between them? But, Remy basically said that she did check Nicki on that line, and Nicki, of course, said that, no, I wasn't talking about you, or something. Like, she basically tried to, backpedal on the whole thing, on that whole line that she did towards Remy, because it was a direct shot at her. So anyway, while Remy's in jail, of course, everybody was screaming, free Remy, free Remy. And who was among those who were saying free Remy? Miss Nicki Minaj. So now, Remy got out of jail. And even you can even say before she got out of jail, Nicki's been throwing shots at her. We know that Nicki's been throwing shots at Kim. She's been throwing shots at almost any female rapper you can think of, except for Missy Elliott, because Missy has always made it a point to just stay neutral when it comes to female artists, female rappers going at each other. She's always made it a point to just stay neutral. And really, Missy Elliott is more of the glue in these type of situations. But we're not really talking about Missy. So anyway, like I was saying, she's been throwing shots at her, and the subliminals and all this stuff. And Remy has done interviews where she said that she's not the type that's going to throw subliminals at you. If she got a problem with you, she's going to check you at the door. Better yet, she's going to check you before you even get into your car in order to get to the door. She's going to let you know that, hey, I have an issue with you. What's up? What's good? You know what I'm saying? So, it's just like Nicki just kept on throwing subliminals, kept throwing them, and then here comes Shether, aka the Ether beat that Remy Ma rapped over, and she dropped it the other day, and the whole internet is going crazy. Now, I'm not gonna lie, at first I was getting irritated because me as an artist, because I do music as well, even though I primarily talk about my films, I do music as well. Me as an artist, I've always been inspired by females more so than men, just because when you look at hip-hop in general, it's very anti-women. There's heavy sexism, and there's also a lot of homoerotica themes and tendencies within hip-hop when it comes to men and the whole misogyny and all that stuff. So I never really could have a connection with the men in hip-hop, but I always felt a connection with the women in hip-hop, whether it was, Queen Latifah, Missy Elliott, Eve, DeBrat, whoever. I always looked up to them a little bit more. So, I always just hated how women were put against each other, because, it really goes back to, this conversation is so much bigger than Remy and Nicki and stuff like that. This is really about hip-hop. But it's when it comes to putting two black women against each other, you think about things like colorism, because Nicki Minaj is of a lighter skin and Remy Ma is more of my complexion, more of a dark skin, brown complexion. And you just think about how, back in slavery, how the slave owners would make the mandingos, the strong black man on the plantation, fight against each other, and how we as black people have in turn, we still do that to this day, where we antagonize black women to practically rip each other's heads off, snatching weaves out their heads, all that stuff. We are thirsty, and we live on seeing black women fight each other and stuff like that. We antagonize them and we encourage it and we instigate it and we live and thrive and breathe off of that. So, with this whole thing with Nicki and Remy, I feel a way about it, but it's like, let's go ahead and talk about it in the context of hip hop. This is hip hop at the end of the day. So for everybody who's talking about, oh, well, Nicki's going to have coins and, money and sales and all this stuff, for all y'all that's talking about business and numbers and sales, we ain't talking about that shit. This is hip hop where you're supposed to go at each other. You know what I'm saying? This is hip hop where you are supposed to go at each other. So in my honest opinion, Remy won this battle. Yes, she did a 7-minute track, and a lot of people are like, oh, well, will she be able to come back at Nicki? I am pretty damn sure she will be able to keep coming at Nicki, because the gag is that Nicki, on her new album, Nicki was trying to get a collaboration together with her, Foxy Brown, and Remy Ma. And Remy Ma, she respectfully bowed out of it because I don't know, the energy wasn't there, the frequency, maybe her and Nicki aren't on the same frequency, and she just probably didn't, she was just like, it's whatever. And see, here's the thing with that, with her bowing out of the collaboration. Let's go back to when Nicki Minaj wanted to have Azealia Banks come out on tour with her and be like an opening act or whatever. And this was when Azealia was signed to Interscope and when she was finishing up working on her debut album, Broke with Expensive Taste. Because Azealia said that she was working on, finishing up her album, Nicki took offense to that and then threw subliminals at Azealia, talking about, are these bitches delusional? She said something to that extent on Twitter. And then Azealia Banks had grammatically corrected her because she spelled delusional wrong, which is like, damn, bitch, you don't have Google or the source or dictionary next to you? Like on your phone, the little red line didn't pop up, or, it's like autocorrect was not on one of your settings. Like, how are you gonna spell delusion? How are you gonna say that these bitches are delusional, but then you mess up spelling the word? Okay. Anyway, it's just that just how. Anyway, so it's like, Nicki has had this history where when she came into the game, she came in when there were hardly any female rappers. And it's like, when you think about it, once the door for female rap had closed, essentially, Nicki kicked it back down. So of course she feels that, she is the only one that can be on the throne. She feels that there can be only one. She's on that whole only me mentality. And that's what I have an issue with. While I love and respect Nicki and like her music, there are some things that I don't like about her. There are some things that I do disagree with her about. And it's just like, with her having this theory and this, feeling that there can only be one and that only one can be me. It's like, girl, back when Kim, Da Brat, Remy, Shauna, Missy Elliott, Eve, Rod Digger, Charlie Baltimore, I can keep naming names. Back when they were out, everybody was helping each other out, collaborating with each other, kicking it and hanging with each other. Like, there was more of a camaraderie. There was more of a alliance, if you will, among female rappers. But nowadays, it's like, it almost seems like it would kill Nicki to like reach out and help another female rapper, or put another female rapper on, or put her on her album or something like that. You know what I'm saying? It's like, because of this competitiveness and because of, again, this sexism that's in hip hop. And let's not lie, I cannot lie, Remy Ma even exhibits some sexism as well, because she always says that, she wants to be the best female rapper, not the best rapper. She wants to be the best female rapper. So there is a little bit of sexism in there as well on Remy Ma's end. So it's like, I'm not trying to act like, she's this perfect angel. Never did say that. So, it's like, again, this conversation is very multifaceted, and it's like, it's so much bigger than hip hop, but because we're in the context of hip hop, we're going to talk about, bar for bar, because lyrics and bars matter. All this stuff about Forbes lists and sales and albums and charts, no one a real hip hop head such as myself, I don't give a fuck about numbers and albums and sales. Bitch, where's the bars? Where's the lyrics? Because that verse on Make Love, that Gucci Man song, it was a struggle to listen to that. It was hilarious because it's like she was really searching for punchlines. It's like, girl, what were you doing in that studio? Because you were searching for punchlines, seriously. And it's just, girl, you've been struggling in these last couple of verses. Not gonna lie, you've been struggling. It's like, sis, if you're getting tired of rap, you can always hang it up and let another female, better yet, plural females, come in and take your spot. Because if you're getting tired of rapping, well, I know plenty that will want to take your spot. Tink, Dreezy, Remy, Knife Wonder, No Name Gypsy. No, wait, Knife Wonder. No, is there a female named Knife Wonder? I don't think so. Anyway, No Name Gypsy, Jean Grey, Rod Digger said that earlier. Lola Monroe. Who else? Shit, Eve. Hell, Foxy Brown. Little Kim. I mean, again, I can go on and on and on and on and on and on. Azealia Banks, Angel Hayes, and on and on. You get the point. You get where I'm coming at. I can keep going on and on. Because let's be honest. When Remy raps, you can tell that she is about that life. And when I say about that life, she is about that battle rap life. Whereas Nicki, you can tell that if she ever even tried to get into the realm of battle rap, she would be destroyed. Like she could not go bar for bar with somebody like Remy. She couldn't go bar for bar with somebody like Rod Digger. She can't go bar to bar with somebody like Kim even, Foxy Brown, Lady of Rage, Queen Latifah, Charlie Baltimore. It's like, girl, you bitch, Gangsta Boo. It's like certain people, you cannot go bar for bar with these women. I will just say that on record, and people can feel the way that you want to feel, but y'all know it's true. You know that for a good fact that ever since her and Safari broke up, yes, he did have his hand in both hands in the pot that is Nicki Minaj. He had both hands in the pot, metaphorically, figuratively, and literally. He's been there helping her with lyrics and rhymes, and you can tell that since they broke up that her rhyme flow and everything really has not been the same. Like, you can tell that it's not been the same. So, in all honesty, again, Remy Ma won this. She won. And here's the thing, Nicki has two choices. She can do what she did when it came to Kim, whereas she kind of did both. She addressed Kim, but then she also just, played Stevie Wonder to the bullshit and was just acting blind. Or she can address her just like Remy addressed her. But see, the thing is, it's like, what all can you really say about Remy? Yeah, she's on Love and Hip Hop. Yeah, she, did a bid in jail for shooting a chick in the stomach for stealing money from her and claiming that she was her best friend. Yeah, she's had some things. She lost a child. You can, if you really wanted to do a low blow, yeah, you can say that, but it's like we saw what happened on Love and Hip Hop. So it's like, again, you can come up with all these different things, but Remy Ma laid out all the facts, just like on the Ether beat, what Nas did with Jay. So, and another thing is, speaking of the Ether beat, the Shether song, Remy did what Nas did, having a lazy, laid back flow. Like, she didn't have to sound all animated and crazy and like a fucking Dr. Seuss book like Nicki Minaj. So that just is what it is. So, it's just, again, Nicki has two choices. She can address her on wax, on record, or she can just ignore her. So the choice is really hers. She can ignore her like she's been doing. The choice is hers, to be flat out honest with you. Because, listen, in my heart of hearts, I'm just going to say this. Remy Ma is doing what Kim tried to do years ago, but because of plastic surgery and because of how she looked and a lot of other stuff going on with Kim, that's why it didn't really hit as hard. Like the Black Friday song and the video were dope, not gonna lie. I still listen to it every now and then, but it just fell short and it sucks. You know what I'm saying? It even also sucks that, like, because Kim has talked about this whole beef, is that at first Kim didn't have an issue with Nicki. It was when the labels and when Birdman and other people got into the midst, and then they basically just wanted Nicki to copy her, because there is a song that that Birdman did with Lil' Kim and Nicki that was on one of his albums. They were supposed to do a video, all this stuff, but in turn, all they really did was just set Kim up to look like a fool and look like she's bitter and jealous and angry and all this stuff. And they just let Nicki pretty much continue to copy her style. I mean, again, you can look at the multiple photo collages that people have made where they show Nicki is, dressed in one way. Kim did it before her. Like, Nicki, as much as I like her and love her music and all this stuff, she is a carbon copy. It is what it is. She's a watered down version of Kim and Foxy. They're the ones who bought, again, as a hip hop head, let me really just go ahead and reel that back in. H.W.A, a group from out here in Chicago who was signed to Ruthless Records, Eazy-E back in the day. They're the ones who originally bought, you know, being sexy and stuff into rap. And then Kim, Trina, and Foxy, what they merely did was elevate that, you know, moving forward. So look up H.W.A, Hoes with Attitude, if y'all think I'm lying. Because I'm pretty sure a lot of you mindless zombies think that I am. But again, hip hop head versus mindless zombies. Who do you think is gonna win? Oh yeah, that's right, this guy. Anyway, so pretty much, yeah, like I said, you know, they bought, you know, Kim, Foxy, Trina, H.W.A, they're the ones who bought, you know, sexy rap lyrics and provocative lyrics to rap. And, you know, you have to pay respect where respect is due. Now, speaking of Trina, because since I brought her into the mix, Nicki has never had a beef with Trina. They've always been good friends. They've done songs together here and there and stuff like that. So, you know, Trina does not have a dog in this fight. But it's like, because again, Nicki has never come for her, or Missy Elliott. But it's like, or Queen Latifah for that matter, or Salt-N-Pepa for that matter. Like Nicki knows what she knows what she's been doing when it comes to going at other females. She goes at the ones who, you know, I guess she knows she'll get a reaction out of them. Because hell, her and Foxy Brown are tight like this. Never had issues. They're tight like this. So, you know, again, it's like she knows what she be doing. So, all I'm going to say is, we'll see if she responds. If she does and it's whack, I'm just going to call it what it is. But again, for those who want to bring in numbers and business and sales and brands and all this other stuff, blah, 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 y'all bringing in a bunch of stupid shit. Clearly, you're not a hip-hop head. This is hip-hop that we're talking about. This is rap that we're talking about. Poetry and rhyme, bitch. Rhyme and poetry, bitch. This is what we are talking about. Like, anybody who's trying to bring in other stuff, you're a non-factor at this point. And if you feel some type of way about what I'm saying, I don't even care anymore, because I'm just the YouTube guy. I'm just the independent filmmaker from Chicago. So what do I really know? Oh yeah, that's right. I know a lot. And that's not me throwing shade at nobody. That's not me doing subliminals. Hell, I'm on my Remy Ma shit. If I got a problem with you, I'm going to address you. It is what it is. So don't come at me sideways, and please do not come talking out both sides of your neck, because you're going to look real reckless at the end of the day. Anyway, that is pretty much it for this video. I will see y'all later. Let me know what y'all think about this whole thing with... Let me know what y'all think about this whole thing with Remy and Nicki. You know, I know I was all over the place, but it's just when you look at it from multiple standpoints and from a bigger standpoint, you see everything, how everything is really like surrounding this. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I just wish that there were more female rappers in the mainstream like there are guys, because yeah, we have Nicki, you got Remy, who's independent and owns her masters, by the way. Anyway, you have Nicki, you have Remy, you have Young Ma, Young Ma, whichever name she prefers, Young Ma or Ma, I'm not too sure. You know, you have them, but it's like underground, you have so many more, like Rhapsody, Jean Grey, No Name Gypsy. You know, you have so many that are out there, and it's just, you know, somebody in the position of a Nicki Minaj, it would be smart to like reach out to them, get them on a track with you, you know, give them not even a cosign, but like, you know, a shout out or something, like, you know what I'm saying, like somebody on that platform, you know, since if anybody wants to bring in business, you know, somebody on that platform, you know. Oh, and another thing too before I leave, do not bring Beyonce into this. You talking about, oh, I've done songs with Beyonce. Bitch, Lil' Kim did songs with Beyonce too. Hell, Missy Elliott had produced a couple of songs with Beyonce. Did they ever use her? Well, then again, Missy don't get into beefs. And Kim never brought up, Kim never really used Beyonce as a crutch. Let's just be honest. She never used her as a crutch. Like, oh, I've done songs with Beyonce. Okay, and you've done songs with her. What does that mean? Beyonce is at her house, you know, pregnant with twins right now. Like, she has no dog in this fight. Again, learn to stand on your own 2 feet before you start dragging other people into this. Like, you compare yourself to Jay, but Jay never had to lean on nobody and been like, oh, I did songs with so-and-so, KRS-One, Rakim. I don't believe he ever did, but that's just an example. Like, you know, he's never had to lean on anybody and be like, oh, I've done songs with them, and here are my album sales versus yours. Really, like that's your supposed clapback. Alright, sis. You have fun with that. You have fun with that, because in the terms of hip hop, sis, you're looking pretty dead out here in these streets. So, you know, again, all these mindless zombies want to brag about money and all this other stuff. It don't really matter. Bars and lyrics over everything else. That's pretty much that. Anyway, I will see y'all in another video. Peace.